Hey, they get that dope for days. This the Magic City, bitch. So, bitch, you don't play. If I get that dope for days, get that dope for days. Make it flip all types of different other type of ways. A type of different type of way. Make that flip shit.
Good work. Go the name Mastermind. Music name and network name is Mastermind. But check me on the network, Master 239. Type it in, I'll pop up. Shit, I've been doing it for the longest right there. Still on the around. Pretty much do some of everything, man. Goddamn, little singing, little R&B, shit, little rap, little hip hop, some of everything, man. Started my first rap probably when I was like 9 or 10, goddamn, kicking in the hood and wild, goddamn. Started in Dustin, goddamn, my cousins and my folks. Then he picked up, came and brought it back to the dub, back in the Crown Road, man, when niggas smoke. Shit, we started from there, goddamn, came up with some dub shit, man, some dub music. But shit, that's a long story ahead, y'all. But shit, stay tuned.
205. Here with Mastermind.
What it do?
Pretty much explain to you who you are. Been working with them for a while though, man. Couple years, I say. One or 2 years over there a while. And that's how we met. Basically just here today. Try to inform the world on what we do, what he does really. But basically I just started off with a quick question. If you can sum up your experience in Wilder in a couple of sentences, what would you say?
Experience?
Yeah, with the music. What type of networking? What type of,
It's a lot of networking, man. Honestly, I was the first nigga on Crown Road, period. So that's why I call me in my tracks. I got a mixtape called King of the Crown. I was the first nigga that actually put that music shit, making shit happen on Crown. And I linked up with Smoke to start that music movement on the Crown. And I took it from, I started off on Crown, and I started linking up with a lot of niggas in Wild, and I seen opportunities that these niggas know how to rap, like these niggas be spitting. So you know what I'm saying, hey, I hustled to get myself in this position to place these niggas in this position. Like, you can't just call yourself a king if you're not making king moves, you feel what I'm saying? So I started doing shit, looking out for the whole hood, you feel me? But shit, you know, that's my experience. Like, I was the first to do a lot of shit, and especially on the Crown. I won't say the whole while, and I was the first to do a lot of shit on the Crown. But yeah, I got a lot of connections in the wild, man. But see, once I started to create those connections, that's when you see you got other people that, oh man, I don't like what this nigga doing, even though they used to fuck with me, but now they turn. You feel what I'm saying? So, and them be the main niggas that's gonna turn you, niggas in your hood. So I had to fall back and be like, look, man, I'm helping opening these doors for y'all niggas, but y'all don't realize what's really going on. So that's another reason why my name is Mastermind, because I'm the nigga that's behind a lot of shit that goes on in any world. I'm the nigga that's behind it. A lot of niggas don't know that, but yeah, that's a small summing up of you know what you just said.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because you already introduced us to what you do with the music, and I really wanted to just touch on the business aspect of what you do. And I'm glad you mentioned Smoke. Rest in peace, Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a super producer. You know what I'm saying? He was on his way. Hey, he had to leave, but he looking down now. But that leads me to my next question. The relationship you had with you and Smoke, where was that? How was that relationship?
We was more like, you know what I'm saying, we was brothers, but we was more like rivals at times too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, he went down the wrong crowd, you know what I'm saying? And I was the nigga like, hey man, bro, I don't think that's right, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, he'll come back to me with like, man, you know what I'm saying, we give each other advice. I don't think this right, I don't think this right, you know what I'm saying? So we would have our competition wise. He was very competitive. We would have our competition wise when we bump heads and we won't agree on the same page. But at the end of the day, we know what the goal was. The goal was, look, man, let's put Wild on the map. When I first came to him, I told him, look, man, I got a shitload of ideas. Let's put the hood on the map. That was our first and only goal. And we actually had situations where we was beefing before. It wasn't no like real beef. It was more on some musical beef shit. Cause you know what I'm saying, shit happened in the hood that he was blamed for what he actually did. So you know what I'm saying, that beef turned into okay, we don't do music together, and it turned into a musical beef. But at the end of the day, when the shit started to get serious and he seen it, he was like, you know what, man, we need to squad. He came to me and like, look, you know what I'm saying, I apologize for what happened, nigga, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, like you said, man, the goal lives. We want the same attention to go. Let's put the hood on the map, my nigga. So whatever happened between me and you, or what we was beefing over, let's squash this shit and let's make this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person, nigga, I forgive and forget. You feel what I'm saying? I'm the bigger person out of a lot of situations. So, you know what I'm saying? I just put that shit behind me, you know what I'm saying? That's when I linked back up with him. But then that's when he had started, you know what I'm saying, making beats and shit. Cause he ain't been making beats for the longest. And we always had the idea, cause you know, I was good at like beating with pens and pencils and shit. He was like, man, you be killing them beats and shit, man, but we need to find a way to put that shit on the computer. We need to find a way how to actually like come producers on that shit, like with beat making and shit. I never really knew how to do it. He used to fuck around with it. I used to have programs like, yo, man, you fuck around with that shit. I ain't got the patience for that shit. I'm always trying to do a lot of shit, but I ain't got the patience to sit down for that shit. He sat down for that shit and started to do some shit, but he really, you know what I'm saying, make them. But at that point in time, when we had our situation going on, that's when he got into the beat making. He was like, man, I'm missing one nigga that I know that just destroy these beats. I'm missing one nigga that I grew up with that I know, you know, we make good music. Regardless of what happened or what goes on, we make good music together. So he came to me and told me that. He was like, man, I got all these beats and shit, man, but at the same time, nigga, I gotta have you here, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have you here with me to get on these tracks and with me and shit, man. So that's when we linked back up and made the song She Want It. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a couple niggas in the studio. I think you was in the studio today when I came there and dropped the verse over. Yeah. But, and it was crazy, man, because we had got cool from that small point of time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was actually the last day I seen that nigga, man. And it's crazy because we was finna get right back in the studio. And he was like, I'm finna go. But I was like, shit, man, whatever you finna do, we can do that later, my nigga. Let's just go and let's finish dropping these tracks. He was like, all right, but I'm gonna go here, and I'll be back. That was the last time I heard from that nigga. Right then, now I'm like, shit, I'm lining up like, we finna get these tracks done. Only if he could have just stayed and said, yeah, let's go ahead and get to work first. And I do what I gotta do later. Only if he would have stayed and we would stayed in the studio that day, then would have happened.
Yeah.
So to my belief, I feel like then would have happened.
Hey, turn up it real though, and you know that's so real. I'm just so lost for words because I was in pretty much the same situation you was in. I bought beats, you know. I went in that bought beats from them. I was gonna come back and we was gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I done wrote songs to, you know how I do. I write. I was gonna take them home, write to them, come back. I came back. I talked to a matter of fact, George. I don't know if you know George, the 5-way gang. They was doing that. Yeah, they were doing. He came, knocked on my door and let me know what happened or whatever. But I just hate it happen, man. You know, it like you said, through the good and the bad. He was a key factor with that music. You know what I'm saying? He had the patience for it. But basically now, you know, you clicked up. You doing your thing with the music, and which is my next question is what's your motivation? What motivates you to keep doing the music? What motivates you to drop the next song? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit, man, I got a lot of motivation, but at the same time I don't. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear tracks like when I said one of my favorite artists is Wiz. So when I hear Wiz shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man, Wiz speaking this. Wiz remind me of myself, just a high version of myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, Wiz saying this shit on the track, man, this sound like some song I'll make. So that make me want to get back in the studio to, you know what I'm saying, get to working, man. Cause it's just like, and then another thing, my nigga AV, at the Denver, shout out my nigga AV, man. He did a couple songs, and he motivated me to get back in the studio. But at the same time, when I dropped that song, So Far From Here, I motivated him to get back in the studio. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of motivation, man. At the same time, then just like the shit I go through in life, you know what I'm saying? That's my demotivation. But you know what I'm saying? Just listening to Wiz Khalifa, Lupe Fiasco, Common, couple OTI songs. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that laid back type hip hop, man. Like niggas have actually got something to say, other than just saying how much drugs you sold and this how much money you got. I don't give a damn about none of that. That shit ain't got nothing to do with my life. But if I can relate to you, my nigga, if I can relate to you saying that this is the struggle and this is how you came up, if I'm going through the same thing that you going through or what you've been through, that motivates me. Because I see you made it out. So I'm gonna try to make it out. Probably might not be the same way that you made it out, but I'm gonna try to work my way to that. Like when Wiz said House on the Hill, in a 100 Band song, I said, I'm thinking about getting a house on the hill. Nigga, I got a crib on the hill now.
Yeah.
That shit came true.
Yeah.
But Wiz made a song called, he said House on the Hills. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She little shit like that, so little shit like that motivate me, you know what I'm saying? Just listening to you know what I'm saying, hip hop. Just really, really, you know, inspiring songs. Other than just, don't get me wrong, I ain't saying all hood music that you hear is whack. I ain't saying that. I mean, I listen to my chosen few, you know, Gucci songs or Future or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't putting nothing against these niggas. I ain't putting them down and like that. But I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, we want to hear the real shit. You know what I'm saying? To the real niggas that actually can relate to that shit. And you got some niggas that actually can relate to that shit, but if you motivating your brother to stay the same, you're not motivated. You feel what I'm saying? So if I can tell you this, how to do this, and at the same time motivate you, my nigga, I mean, the nigga that can do that is a better man. You need to try to strengthen your brothers and not persuade them to do anything wrong or push them down. I'm gonna tell you about this hood life, but let me tell you about the good life too, my nigga.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of artists, they don't do that shit. And I know it's all about the money, it's about this what sells. I don't give a damn about what sells. You know what I'm saying? But that's what makes me different from a lot of artists out there, man. Because I just love music, man. And I feel like if I got the opportunity to help anybody or uplift somebody with a song or anything, I'm good at talking through my music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, and that's my motivation.
And fuck you niggas, man, they fake. I know these niggas hate me. Just go and get your pay.
Don't worry about the other side. Don't worry about the other side.
I know you don't. You start moving.
Fuck you niggas, man, they fake. I know these niggas hate me. Just go and get your pay.